Hello everybody, welcome back to, well, I guess just welcome to Ace Attorney. This is the trilogy, the Phoenix Wright trilogy at that. I've actually never played any of the Ace Attorney games. So this should be quite an experience, to say the least. I know very little about Phoenix Wright or any of that. I know he's a lawyer, and I know that there's some crazy cases, but I don't know what those cases are. I don't know anything really about the entirety of this franchise. So let's dive in and see what's going on. Episode 1, the First Turnabout. Play the First Turnabout? Yes, please. Let's go. Oh God. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to put this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Who? August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Woo, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Okay. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, is it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. but I know him better than anyone, and he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took this case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. It's just what we're gonna do, guys. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session. The trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Handshaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in the case. Larry Butts. Yeah, the defendant is indeed Larry Butts. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name. Ooh, I knew this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab and check it anytime, okay? Cindy. Her name is Cindy. She died 7:31 at between 4 and 5 p.m. Case was loss of death, cause of death was loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Okay. And then attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Oh, okay. If I press R, does it? Sydney Stone, age 22. The victim of this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Mia Fey, chief attorney at Fey & Co., my boss and very good defense attorney. Winston Payne is the prosecutor. Lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Okay. So it's Sydney Stone. Okay. Miss Wright, who is the victim in this case? Sydney Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She was hit with a blunt object. You have answered all my questions. I see no reason why you shouldn't proceed. Why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright has just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue, it's in the shape of the Thinker. It is rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. I didn't read it. But basically, so we're just a lawyer, right? Like we just lawyer things. Prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Betts. Why did I just put on a voice? Is it... Excuse you? Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Apparently home from Paris, 7:30 the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before she was murdered. Guys, I think she returned the day before she was murdered. I think that, that's cleared up. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of a woman Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now, right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I will stop him from answering. My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. That cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I have him answer honestly. Yeah. I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call... Well, that's simple. The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing from the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers in the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank saw it to the stand. What a... Mr. Saw it. You sell newspaper subscription, is that correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Saw it. You may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder. Witness testimony, okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he might be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment, then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Okay. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend again. Okay. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Saw used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record for the blackout here for your perusal. From noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay. So we're getting a timeline put together now. So when was Larry at... Hang on. So he... So saw it at 1 p.m. Or 1 p.m. is when he called. And then when was Larry at the apartment? He was... So if she wasn't home, that means it was before she... Or maybe she was already dead when he got there. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the witness testimony. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in your evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court records with tab and then point out contradictions in the testimony. Okay. So... Oh, well, there we go. The time of death was... Okay. So... It's easy. The time of death was between 4 and 5 p.m. He says that it was at 1 p.m. Okay. Witness account. Cross-examination. I was going door to door selling... I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. I saw her lying there, the woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Okay. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. Hold it! 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. Yes. Okay. I shall present the autopsy report because it says that she died between 4 and 5 p.m. Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that it notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There's nobody or no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, saw it. Oh, that. Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? You put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give us your testimony again? Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. What kind of malarkey is he trying to push at us? That doesn't know. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. Hang on. Aha! You say this. Yep, there was a voice probably coming from the television. Sir, how was there anything coming from the television if how are you gonna hear a television if there's a blackout from noon to 6? The prosecution did indeed say that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television, or a video, or the radio. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Okay. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon the killer used. No. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine gladly. The murder weapon? Not a clock, incidentally. Present Fam, not a clock. It's a statue. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now, how was this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. The witness stated this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch you just tilt and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes, because how? Yes, exactly. The only way for him to have known it was a clock is to have done clock things with it. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Exactly. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That's the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I will. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain of the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, saw... Dude threw his toupee at us. Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear to you simply... A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. That's certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Eck. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between when Mr. Saw It heard and the actual time. So Mr. Saw It, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like a clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove this? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, This ends the cross-examination of Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Wait, did I really just... Oh, Mia coming out. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of the reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Well, it would be the only thing I could think of would be if the batteries, you must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court records that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Haha, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves... Do I just present my attorney's badge and say, because I say it was? Excuse me? This proves your claim? How? I can't see what the evidence has to do with the clock. Oh, that wasn't it. One more chance. Just give me one more chance. All right, Mr. Wright. But... So then the only thing I could think of would have to be the passport, because it's the only thing we haven't used yet. The victim had just returned from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. That clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. Oh, that makes so much more sense. The victim hadn't reset the clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh. Did he just contract rabies? Order! Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching the place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and bonked her in the noodle with it. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Ooh, I still can't believe we won. Right? Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she is this glad, imagine how Larry feels. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong with you? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Sydney Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically read the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was just the one... Hey, I was the one who you got off the hook. Or, I was the one who got you off the hook. I can't read now. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, it's not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Ray? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? It has to be this. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her, huh? What about that clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. Who the fuck carries a clock around? Who? Yeah, she's gonna go to Paris with the clock because you're just some schmuck to her. Okay, Larry. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things can change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Or, yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Yo, she's flirting? She's flirting with us? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell Chief and Larry. And my promise to tell the Chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.